Sharon Wayne.
You didn't? No, I didn't. I looked over?
No. This is to remind you what song we're playing.
That's right. He's not reading the lyrics, he's cheating.
No, not cheating. Like 10 conventions, the last one I said, you gotta have the words down.
I do have them down. It's a cheat sheet.
These are all related.
These are all our songs.
Phil, he doesn't believe it.
Well, look at him. He's shaking.
That is scared of that. Don't we have a birthday up here? Somebody just had a birthday?
Mr. Billy Brandon.
Birthday boy. Can we sing happy birthday to him?
That's why I don't
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
William.
Happy birthday to you.
William.
Happy birthday, dear William. Happy birthday to you.
Having his first beer this weekend. 21-year-old Billy Brandon. That was Sharon Wayne, everybody.
What's up, Jacksonville? It's cool to animals, too. Mean guy. What's up, man? What's going on, guys? Actually, he just gets like really bad anxiety, so I have him on some prescription medication. Just joking. Shh, cover that, hide that. What's going on? Say that again? His name is Phil. Just Phil. And his nickname is Philly Jedi. Because he has the Force, and he is so fast. He is so quick. Right now he doesn't look at me. He looks like, what the? This was like me at my first convention. Oh, don't worry, you'll get used to it, buddy. Huh? Look at you. He's like, who are you, people? Why is there flashlights going on? So, the weather, guys, last night, let's talk about the weather. That's fun. No, I came in, it felt like it was freezing last night. It was so cold. And then today, it's like getting super hot. And I was like, ooh. Okay, so what that was right now was like, that's what that sounded like. Thank you so much. I used one of my exes, who I still am very good friends with, her family's from Punta Gorda. How far is that from here? Punta Gorda, what's up? How far is that, very south? It's like a homeless. It's like in LA, they say, like, someone's like, I'm from Sacramento. And they're like, do you know who that is? I'm like, no, Sacramento is that way. LA is that way. But we're all supposed to know each other if you're from California. All my Australian friends, I say the same thing to them too. I'm like, you guys know each other? People have the same accent. Australia's a big night. It's real big, real big. That's my horrible Australian accent, by the way. So this is my little travel buddy. You know, big tough Marine travels with a deer Chihuahua. But it's really it's so strange, like, and I meant that about like the prescription medication thing, because I had to go through all this stuff when I was getting out of the military and going through night terrors, and it was really a hard time for me. I didn't know what to do, and the doctors put me on all sorts of meds, and I ended up not really liking it, and so someone said, you know, you should get a Chihuahua. Right, so I got 3. And I'll tell you guys how I got 3. They're all 3 are from my exes. Yeah, my ex-wife, I got my Roxy and Foxy from, Roxy and Foxy, those are the ones at home right now because they got big. They're like 25 pounds and they can't shut up. He's 5.
No.
And he shakes all the time, guys. So like, he's shaking, put him away. He just shakes. He's cool. But this girl that I was dating, she was amazing. We were falling in love, and she was in Chicago, and she called me one day. She's like, "You left a box of chihuahuas on the road by your house in LA." So I guess she gets alerts when dogs are abandoned, and I was like, "Oh my God, where?" She's like, "You know." So I went down, and sure enough, there's a box of 5 baby chihuahuas, the cutest thing I've ever seen. And I took one, and I picked it up, and all of a sudden another little one fell from the paws because it was like holding it. And the vet was like, "Oh, that's the runt, and she's the dominant one, and the dominant one's protecting the runt. And if you separate them, the runt's gonna die. And most likely, she's gonna pass away anyway because she's so sick and tiny. She's like a pound, she's like the size of my finger." And she goes, "So just take both of them, and most likely in the next couple of days she'll pass away." I was like, "Oh, thanks." Great. And so I called my girlfriend, and I'm like, "Hey, so I got 2, one's gonna die soon, but you know." It's a cool story. So I took it home, and then I had Roxy and Foxy with me, and they were the cutest little dogs. And I just fell in love with them right away. And every single day I would go to like beds, and I would like pick up the blanket, waiting for one to be like. Every day I was like, "Oh, she's alive." They're both alive. She made it. Right? She made it. $3,000 later, she made it. It's a very expensive mutt, that Chihuahua. But we saved her, and the girl I was dating, she came to California, and we were just gonna start a life together. She forgot to tell me she was engaged. I love that. I didn't say it. I was really heartbroken. But ended up calling her fiance and saying, because he's a rugby player. And I said, "Dude, I did not know your chick was engaged. So if I'm in Chicago, please don't hit me." I was totally scared for my life. Long story short, this is a long story, we'll sum it up here. But she ended up going home back to Chicago. A good friend of hers messaged me and said, "Hey, she kind of wanted to date you because you're an actor, and she thought you'd get a job." And I said, "Well, what do I do with these chihuahuas?" So she went back to Chicago. I don't think they stayed together. I think that upset him. But she was living with an actor. It's a very, very weird time. But sure enough, I got the 2 chihuahuas. And then this little guy came to me through my ex as well. We dated for 3 years, and we didn't work out. And she was like, I can't let this separate the 3 of them. So she let me have him, and so I take care of the 3 because she didn't want to separate him from his 2 sisters. And yeah, so none of my chihuahuas are mine. On to questions. So random. Hi.
Hi, I'm Libby.
What's your name?
Libby.
Libby, what's going on? What's happening? You're showing something. Oh, right. That's the shirt we donated for Truth.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that.
Kim said she saw you and let me know. So.
Yes, she did.
I just wanted to say I think it's really awesome. I saw in the video today in the episode that you talked about Truth.
Yeah.
And actually the reason I bought this is because we were at DC when you were talking about Truth and when you were talking about Mark. And I know that she was supposed to come to that. And then you were able to bring her to New Jersey. So I think it's really great what you're doing with that.
Yeah.
And so can you tell us where you're at with that?
Yeah, well, Truth, it essentially it's really for all you guys. Like, there's a shirt out there with my face on it. I don't want to look at my face. I really don't. But there's a shirt with my face on it, but the goal behind it is whoever helps get a fan, whatever actor or one of you guys helps get a fan to one of the conventions, we want it to be your face on that shirt. So because I have a t-shirt company, I'm able to generate shirts all the time. And so, hopefully the generation, the True 2.0 is to have the other artists and the other actors get involved all, we all have our personal fans that have affected our lives that we know a little bit better than the next. And if they know someone that needs help, they can auction something, raise money. That money, all 100% of that money goes towards getting that fan to the convention or helping them. And we do a lot more than just the conventions. Like, we get a lot of messages. Some people need their car fixed because that's the car they're driving to a convention, or some people have something that happened medically, or we get a lot of different stories. So we will quietly fund those individuals because we don't need to publicize people's personal needs. And so we put a lot of money towards just personal help. But like, if someone individually wants to like basically come and help and be a part of it, then I can stick their face on that shirt instead of my face. And they're much handsomer than I am anyway, so, a big shirt with Jensen's face would be awesome eventually one day. That's my goal. But it's just something that I wanted to do because we do these conventions, and it's just like, okay, well, I want to figure out why I'm doing this. Like, what's the bigger picture for me here? And it just made sense. I heard enough stories, and it made sense to help you guys out because I would not be here standing today without you guys. I wouldn't be up here, and none of us would be without your support and what you do for us. So it's just a way to give back. And ultimately, what I want to do is I want it to be able to just run on its own. I want it to be ran by the fans. I want to create jobs so that fans actually run Truth, and that it's for the fans, ran by the fans. And it's just, I kind of reach out to my friends that are celebrities and ask for their support, and that's kind of my role. So that's where we're at right now. It's a process. The first one was really hard to do, like getting Jules and her family to New Jersey. That was a big undertaking for our first one, and we'd love to do like 10 of those every convention, but it takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of time. And everybody who works for Truth, they do it all. They do it all for free. So that's the beauty of it. It's a very good cause.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm gonna put him in this little thing here. Come on. He's like a pet dog. Take him. Somebody grab him. There you go. He just takes off. Over here. Hi.
Hiya.
Hi.
I was wondering what kind of scenes do you like to do? And why?
Well, that's a broad question. In acting? Okay, good. All right. What scenes do you like to do? The scenes that I enjoy the most, honestly, are the ones that I did on the show. Like, I don't do a lot of comedy. I'm not funny at all. You guys are laughing. I'm like, that really? Just stuff that taps into a lot of the emotional things that I've had to deal with in my life, and because of acting, I've been able to use acting as a way to kind of counsel some of the experiences I've had, and it's kind of an out. So anything that deals with heavy emotion, like the whole episode and the things we carried, man, when I got done doing that episode, I was in bed for like 3 days because I was just spent. Like, to do that over and over. Like, you guys see it once on the screen. Like, I did that all day. Like, all day long, I was like, all day long, I was like throwing up that worm. And there wasn't a worm. Because they were like, how's that worm like coming out? I'm like, they didn't stick a worm in my mouth. God, they probably wanted to, but yeah, like all day long, you have to pretend like you're choking. Like, you guys had that coughing fits, right? Like, that was a coughing fit for like 14 hours. So when I was done doing that episode, I was done working through all that, like, I was so relieved and like so, I had all my emotions, all my energy, all my pain was gone. Like, I didn't have any anxiety, I wasn't depressed, I was just exhausted. So I really love those scenes because they take me away from, the day in, day out struggle that you have with being an unemployed actor.
Thank you. Hopefully see you again soon.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. It's funny. I made myself laugh. I don't know if you guys. I like sometimes say something and I'm like, that was funny. No one's laughing. Hi.
My name is Matthew, and I noticed when Cole was first introduced, we also met his son, who's in the facts of Dean's location. And my question is, do you think he will return to the series, or if he was just used to tell Cole's story?
Jacob Davies played my son, and I love that kid. He's such a good kid. He has an Instagram, and every now and then when I check on the Instagram, I see pictures of him, and I'm like, oh, look at my boy, he's growing up. And his real dad's like, what's wrong with you? That's my boy! And it was so fun to work with him, just those like little moments we had, and even the woman who played my wife, Christine, she's, Supernatural does such a good job of hiring such tremendous talents and such tremendous actors, and I loved like that little idea of having that be my family, and I heard a lot of different people say what a horrible husband and father I am, because I spent all this time hunting down the guy that killed my dad. But I mean, most of us would. If someone killed your dad, you would go searching, right? You'd be all passionate about it, And if they look like Jensen, all of you would go searching for it. That guy killed him, that bastard. Where does he live? I'll have him. I'll avenge my father's death. As you always dress up and put makeup on. But yeah, I love it. I mean, I think the writers are brilliant. I think they have a wonderful idea for where the story wants to go. They didn't kill me, which is very unusual for an actor on Supernatural. Yeah, I'll walk through like streets of LA, they're like, that's the dude they didn't kill on Supernatural. So, what did they do? Who did he hook up with? Why did they let him live? I don't know, I hope so. I mean, it was a fun character to play. I am nothing like Cole at all. At all. Like, I don't eat Cheerios, I don't have a fax machine. The last time I worked out that hard was like in the Marine Corps. Like, it starts off, I'm like, I haven't done that for like 20 years. I go to the gym, I'm like, where's my chihuahuas? Star Wars is coming out, let's go see that. I was like, yeah! How many of you liked the new Star Wars? I cried for like 10 years, by the way. I cried, like the last ones came out, I was like, what is George too? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And then my nephew was like, that was really cool. I'm like, well, you don't get it. You're 5. New ones are awesome. New ones are good. Yeah, I think there's a lot that the story can do, but I've said this before conventions. This is Jared, Jensen, Nisha, and Mark's show. This is their gig. There's not enough room on the poster for a 5th dude. I'd be like, Cole. And not only that, but it takes a lot of dedication and time to be part of the television show. Prior to Supernatural, I had done 2 films, The Criminal Activities and The Forger. And when you do a show like Supernatural, it's hard to do films. And right now I have a few films that I'm working on, and it'd be tough. It'd be a tough decision. Ultimately my heart and soul is getting back and working with Jared and Jensen because they're so handsome. Wouldn't you? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm straight. Sometimes I wish I wasn't. Like that Things They Carried episode, they're like, all right, lay on your back, Jensen, and you're gonna put your, spread your legs open, and Travis, like, you put your foot here, and like, and you guys get really close, like, get closer. I'm like, how many people wish they were here? And all of a sudden, people started out to like me, and I was like, yeah, I know where that comes. There's a root to all evil. There's a root to hate, and it all started with me being on my back, or Jensen being on his back, and me being over him. I was like, no one's gonna like me after this. That on top of tying Sam up, boy oh boy, did I not do all the wrong things. Right? Yes?
Hi, what would you say was your most memorable time on set?
Oh man, these memories. These all work. That's so cool. Yes. The most memorable time I had on set, it was just, working on a show that was so like renowned, like that, like this show is gonna go like down in history as one of the greatest shows that was ever been on television. Yeah. I mean, it's been on for 11 years, and who knows? I mean, the boys keep saying they're gonna keep doing it if they keep asking, and it's just so rare for television to go that long. You run out of stories. I mean, I think they have run out of stories. I think that's why they brought Cole. They're like, Jesus, grab anybody. Make up some stuff, like some guys, Benjamin's dad, throw him in there. No offense, guys, I didn't mean that. I was just joking. But yeah, just working on a TV show that is just going to go down in the record books and saying you're a part of it, and then working with Jared and Jensen. It's unbelievable. Like I grew up watching those guys like you did too. Like I would turn on this station, they'd be there. I'd turn on that station, they'd be on it, and the reruns. And I'd go to like Vietnam, and they'd be on. Can't get away from these guys. They're everywhere. And then next thing you know, I'm working with them. I'm like, there you are again. Christ, I can't get away from you guys. Damn car. I want it. And that whole experience, like that, I consider them friends now. They were just fellow actors, and now I get to say I worked with those guys, and I got to work on an incredible show that is supported and loved by millions of people, and it's an amazing feeling. That it's just the whole enchilada. Yeah, the whole enchilada has been incredible. Like it's amazing. So. It's hard to just say, I mean, maybe the time Jared grabbed my ass was cool. Once again, wish I was gay. Yeah, he is. He's referenced it twice now. He's hiding. Big closet. My girlfriend would be so mad. What? I'm gay?
Hi.
Hi.
I have to ask this question to the Wayward Daughters, but since you are a Star Wars fan,
Yes.
I was wondering if you could be anyone in the Star Wars universe, who would you be?
Adam Driver's character?
I would be Rey, so...
Yes. We could have had a back. Come up here. Let's have a scene. Okay, I remember he's in the chair, right? No, she was in the chair. She was captured that way. And what did he do? He was just like... That was my audition. I didn't get it. Adam Driver got it. Adam Driver. I love that role. Han Solo's son. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert. Oh, I'm done now.
I was waiting 6 weeks before I saw it. Pastor Cole did it again. Such an ass.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and
I'm getting the name of my ex-girlfriend. That's Philly's mom. Like, he might come running out.
sorry.
Phil, stay! She's not coming back, buddy. Messed up, huh?
If you...
You gotta read your question.
Yes, I get too nervous. And
No, you don't have to be nervous. Why don't I help you not be nervous? Here, this is a question. Well, you got a nice record. Okay, this one right here?
Yeah.
Out of all these?
Yeah.
Are those all the questions from here, you think?
Oh, just anybody.
Oh, that's so sweet. If you were ever a hunter, what would your signature weapon be? You want to know how to not be nervous? Okay, so you breathe in through your nose. Ready? Through your nose. And then out your mouth. And then you do it 3 times. One more time. Yes.
See, it's fine until I look at you, and then it all goes...
All goes away. Then you close your eyes, and then you never look. You never look. Well, no. Yeah, that's one to do it. And then the other thing is actually look in someone's eyes. Like, actually look in somebody's eyes. Because when people get nervous, they're like, If you look into somebody's eyes, it calms you down. There's like an energy there, so it makes you relax. You're much more relaxed now. You're fine. What's your name, Caitlin?
Yes.
Daniel. Swore I was gonna like Caitlin again, and I like her. She's nice. Just joking, ex-girlfriend. Just joking. Signature weapon. I don't know if it's a weapon, but no, it holds a weapon, and that is those things. Yeah, you guys know what's up. Yeah, the thigh holster thing. Like we were on set, yeah, and the costume, wonderful lady came out. She's like, "We're gonna put you in this thing," and she put my head strapped in. And God damn, badass. You know? Like I started leaving the set of Supernatural, she's like, "Excuse me, we need that back." I'm like, "What?" I should have worn that for my Adam Driver audition. Yes! Right? If I would have walked in there like J.J. Abrams, I'd been like, "What's up, JJ? Notice my thigh holster." And then like, "Yes, you, Han Solo's son. Let's go, we're shooting. Tanzania. What's up?"
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering.
You're not Caitlin too, are you?
No.
It's like everyone Caitlin. Just all my ex-girlfriends.
No, my name's Michaela.
What's your name?
Michaela?
Okay, no, never did Michaela. We're good.
Okay. With the way that your character and the brothers, like, the relationship kind of, like, how their relationship kind of ended, I guess, do you think that they'll ever get a reconciliation?
Well, they're both, like, tall. And I have small man syndrome. I love the relationship that Cole and Jared. Jared's such a nice guy. Like, he's such a sweet dude. He's just like, he has like this way about him that's very sweet, and his character is a lot like him from what I've seen, you know, like the two of them. He's just very loving. And Dean and Jensen have, you know, they have like a wall. You know, they're very like stoic and very strong. You know, it works really well together on screen, the two of them. So, you know, the way this normally happens in life is, you know, yes, me and Sam's character have a certain Stockholm Syndrome bond, but he likes to get whipped. So, every time we did the scene with Jared in the chair, he'd be like, "Again!" I'm like, "Dude, this is not 50 Shades of Grey." Like they said, cut. He's like, "I know, just do it again." You grow that hair 2 more inches, we're gonna have a problem. Yeah, and you know, Jensen's just like very strong, very hard to break. You know, he's the tougher of the two in the sense of like on the outside. But normally in relationships, the way that happens are two guys that beat each other up and fight and don't get along and have a lot of competition. And even just in life, like besides Jensen being like 5 inches taller than me, like we would go out for the same stuff as actors, and like, you know, actors are competitive, but some of the, you know, most depth, caring, nurturing, wonderful friendships I've ever had were with people that I originally didn't like, started fights with, fought with, had a problem with. It's like you get over that first, like you have that big fight, and then once you get it out, you're like, "Oh, let's hug it out." And you become close. Like I know so many friends that all like, we didn't like each other first, but yeah, we're best friends. And I think like, yeah, I think if I spent more time with those guys, they'd be like, "Why do you keep hanging around, Cole?" I mean, because your car is so cool. But they would eventually be like, "Look, like, dude, it helps to have you around because you've got military access. And military access is important, you know, like, if they get into a situation, I'm gonna call my guys at the Pentagon. And we're gonna bring tanks to this shit. You know what I mean? Bring some Navy SEALs. I'll bring Bradley Cooper from American Sniper. We'll get him in. He's got stage right now. Yeah. What? No, can't be. Jensen, Jared, and Bradley all in the same place. Yeah, I would imagine a world that, like, my character could bring some serious stuff to the table. You know, I pick up the phone and it's like, "Listen, guys, you like the Impala or you want this tank?" Yeah, right. See, you're never gonna. But all, you know, what happens when I put missiles on that Impala? Like, they're all spruced up. Don't touch there's a point in it where in the show, like I leaned against the car, and I'm like, I forget what my line was. I said something like, "What's up?" What was my line? Who knows what I say? Like, recognize your wheels, right? Yeah. No one knows my lines. If it was your just this is exactly what you said. It's like, word for word, and then guess what you did? Yeah, like what Cole's hair was like. Cole. But I leaned up against the car and I'm like, recognize your wheels. And I swear to God, like when I was touching it, I was like, people are gonna hate me. And then the director's like, why don't you just do this to it? You know? I'm like, no, I don't want to hit it. I want to hit it. You're like, get in the back seat. I'm like, I don't want to get in the back seat. No, that's their car. I got in the back seat and people did not like me. Oh, look at that! What is a stormtrooper on your lap? That's awesome.
My name's Cheyenne. I'm actually coming by the first lady, so hi from the whole stormtrooper group.
Oh, that's awesome.
My question is actually leading right into that. Okay, you're up against these guys that absolutely everybody loves. First of all, thank you for your portrayal. That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
I think you stood toe-to-toe with those guys.
Well, so, and then they were a little taller, but yeah.
Doesn't matter. You stood that ground.
I put my toes in.
Montoya, I'm going to kick your butt.
Yes,
You know?
I tried.
So, but my question is, were you terrified when you first came in there? You know, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to mess up this man. These fans are going to kill me when I step out.
Yes. I was terrified. I've not stopped being terrified. This whole day, I've been on Supernatural now for almost a year and a half, and I don't think there's been a day I've not been terrified. Scared every day. Yeah. If I would have been Adam Driver, I would have. What happened to your leg, by the way? Did you hurt your leg?
I actually had back surgery.
Oh, God bless you. Hey, do you know what surgery's for?
To get better.
To fix you. Right on. Good stuff.
It's my first supernatural convention because Nisha, several years ago in DragonCon, I'm batting, and never watched the show until that point. I did it for a friend. I went to get an autograph for a friend, and he kind of pulled me in.
And now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Now you're in it. Let's give her a hand. So I mean, God bless you. I really, I have so many of my fellow friends that are in wheelchairs now because of time spent in the military and things that we went through. And my heart goes out to anybody who has to spend any time into a chair. Even if it's only for a short period of time, you really realize how fortunate we are to have all of our arms and legs and to be able to get better. So I wish you quick health and get better. You got it. Toe-to-toe, yes. Eye to eye, no. It was not eye to eye. But thank you. Yeah, it was cool to stand on my ground with those guys. It was a really hard fight scene. We had every time I got a script, I'm like, great fighting with that guy again. God, he's such a good fighter, so tall and so fast and quick, and all the ladies love him. I gotta punch him. But yeah, I mean, it was epic. I mean, look, I'm a Southern California kid who, at 24 years old, set out to be an actor, and I only did it because I wanted to get emotionally fixed. I had a lot of issues with my emotions after the Marine Corps, and acting, like I said, was a way for me to kind of get that out and to use that to kind of heal myself. And but I'm still that kid who like grew up watching TVs and movies, and every time I get on a movie or a television show or something and I get to work with people that I worked really hard to get to that position in my life, like to stand on set and introduce to guys like Jensen and Jared and run lines with them and then say, okay, we are going to work together. We're working together as an actor to an actor, and to be on set with those guys, it's such a huge accomplishment because I'm such a fan of artists and I'm such a fan of good people, and I'm, you know, like to be there on set with them and like work with them and spend the day with them. You know, that to me was more rewarding than you know, the idea of the idea of like what my character and the show. It was more about like how lucky am I to be doing what I love and working with guys like this. And that to me was that to me is, if you guys can do anything in your life, pursue your passion, pursue what you love. You know, and there's nothing more rewarding than doing that. And yeah, so that's my answer to that question. It really touches my life. It really just touches my soul when I think, God, I did something to fix myself, and the universe rewarded me with getting to do what I love and making a living at it, and that to me is a big blessing. So that was my I usually get paid for that. I usually get paid to cry. I don't like getting emotional for free. Yes.
Hi, my name is Selma.
Hi, Selma.
I was curious because I also happen to have a Chihuahua that I got at a tough time, and I was wondering why you decided to name yours Phil?
Phil! Because of my ex. She was from Pennsylvania and, you know, Philadelphia, and, you know, was kind of just the name that came when he came running. He was a runaway. He was running down the street. He had a poodle with him. And they were just running down like the main street on Magnolia. And the two of them were just like they didn't even care the cars were coming. And my ex called for him, and he came running to her, and the poodle kept going. He's like, later! And I came home, and she's like, look what I got. I'm like, no! Another dog! Another rescue! And then he like looked at me, and he's like, huh? I'm like, oh, you want to stay, buddy? And so I looked at him, and she's like, what's his name? I'm like, Phil. And she like short for Philadelphia. She goes, yeah. And then his real name, his full name then was Billy P. Because when he pees, he lifts his leg, and for some reason this leg stays down, so he pees, and he pees always on this leg. He pisses on his leg constantly. And then he runs in and he lifts his arm off. That's gross. Could you imagine if we did that as people? Like I sat down on the toilet and I was like, I got on the toilet, I started licking my hand. That's horrible. That's why he's a dog. And people are like, men are like dogs. I'm like, no, we're not. We're not dogs. Just walk over to a tree and pee on it. Like oh yeah, sometimes. That's his name. Yes, the boys are back. Yes. All right, one more question, I guess. Is that what we're doing or no more? No more questions.
I'm gonna go before I.
Hi. Oh, is there a sign? Oh my God, I didn't see you guys over there. I thought they left. One more? Two more? One more? What do we got? You guys need some time. Check one. Check two. Question. You guys just went. You guys just left. Like, one more? Are we done? Are we done?
What? I thought we had one more coming. I thought we came out with a big last question then.
Yeah.
No more last question? That was
One
it?
last question. Choose what it is. Make it good. Here we go. Join together. Join your questions together. Put them together side by side. What's your name? Hi, Megan.
Our first convention, and you're so much nicer than character. Really excited to see you.
Nice to meet you too.
You already answered the question, so
Okay.
we can't karaoke tonight?
I have to fly home tonight. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I love karaoke. And I'll finish with this. The reason I'm flying home is my mom and my family. My grandfather passed away in September, 95, so he lived a good life. But my grandmother, through that process, decided to basically come out and say, well, the one thing I've held as a secret is that I was forced to give up my daughter for adoption after 3 weeks of giving birth. And we were like, say what? And so it was revealed that my mom and my grandma and my aunt had a sister in the world somewhere. And my grandmother had not seen her since she was 3 weeks old. That was the last time she saw her, and then she was forced to give her up for adoption because it was like the 20s, and you know, they're like, look, you can't keep her, there's a war, you know, you're not married. And so they took her baby from her, and she kept that secret for 70 years. And then my grandfather passed away, and respectfully, she decided to let the family know. So we took to social media, a lot of wonderful people who helped me with my social media and run it, and reached out to a lot of you and said, hey, can we help find this woman? We had her name, her birthday, and just a few other bits of information. We found her. So my grandma yesterday, it was so touching, it's on Facebook. My grandmother yesterday met her daughter at the airport in LA for the first time in 7 years. And yeah, it's on my Facebook. If you guys get a chance, watch the video. It'll make, I was like in my hotel room like, what's up? What's up, Auntie Jam? It was amazing, and you guys were a huge part of that. So thank you so much. The SPN family is a real thing, and you guys helped find my family. So thank you. God bless.
Well done, SPN family. Ladies and gentlemen,